You may as well copy the video from what I said about Jude Bellingham and then put it into this video, because this guy has been our bright spark in this tournament. Norway 1, England 2. England were very lucky. We were so lucky in that game not to lose. And not to lose by a mile, because there was a spell in that game where Norway were onto us. And listen, we'll get to the game a little bit further. First of all, make sure you are like, sub and sharing that content around. Do whatever you can do to help this channel grow. But yeah, where do we start? The first half, in the first hydration break, the first quarter, if you want to call it that, England were having the ball, weren't really doing a lot, but Norway, when that hydration break ended, Norway were onto us. I'll tell you something now, they were lucky that it was Soloff on the right wing, because if that was any other competent right winger, they would have punished us. Haaland had his header, they got the goal, that put them 1-0 up. There was a chance where they had a 2-on-1, but it was Soloff in that situation, and you can see his limitations in there. That was any other competent player. That was even Ødegaard, who, by the way, he played very well for Norway. If that was him that had the ball in that situation, that would have been 2-0. They had the Haaland header, like I said, that could have been another goal. They had so many chances in that game. They even had a header in the second half. I think it was Christopher Ayer hit the crossbar. England were rubbish yesterday, and you could tell when Norway started pressing us. That is when you saw us fall, because when you play in midfield of Rice and Anderson, as much as I like Declan Rice, we know his limitations, his technical limitations. That's why he's better off the ball. But when you partner him with Anderson, you can see how limited that midfield was, and that is where you needed someone like Adam Wharton. That is where you needed someone who could evade the press, beat the press, and get us going the other way. Luckily, Jude Bellingham was on our team, because obviously it's obvious to say if he weren't there, we'd lose that game. But genuinely, if he was not there, I don't know what would happen, because I don't know who was scoring them goals. I don't rate Jude Bellingham as a technical player, but one thing I can say is that he knows when to make the runs, he knows the best runs to make. He's got it up here. At the moment, no one else has that. Harry Kane was poor yesterday, but he has that in him. But listen, we've got Argentina next. Don't know how that's going to go, because the way to beat Argentina is to keep Messi quiet. However, Messi is the best footballer in the world, so I have no idea how that's going to happen. And Argentina are they're not a great team, they're a decent team outside of Messi. But listen, when you got him on the pitch, I don't know what happened there. When you got him on the pitch, you can easily win a football match. And then listen, if we do get past Argentina, God forbid we do, France or Spain in that semi-final, I don't back us against either. And to see the way we played last night, I don't know, but listen, big ups to Jude Bellingham, that's all I've got to say. But yeah, like, sub and share, and I'll see you guys in a bit.